Let's now add logic to your products component. The very first thing that we see is the line 1 is basically importing component and on init from the at Angular core package. Uh, the next one we see is using the add component. Basically, that what it does is it will grab the selector, template URL, styles URL, and put them together, right? And make that available through export class products component, okay? And it implements using the on init. Right now it's has an empty state. So again, going back, what basically selector does is if I put app dash products to any HTML template, I could basically generate this, the slash products that component that HTML, and it will include the styles from this one. Okay, to add logic, let's first create our interface. Interface in TypeScript allows you to create a structural subtyping. It means that you can shape the values that you're going to have. So let's interface the products, and inside the products object, we first want to use this index number. What this basically gives us is you're able to access the array using numbers. So if let's say you have a product's name, for example, an example for here, I could access it by 0, by 1, by 2. So that's what the index number gives you. Now we can start defining the types that we want. For the ID, we want it to be a string, name to be a string as well, and quantity would be a number, and price would be a number. Now that we have that, we can start adding the products using the products interface subtyping. Let's now create our hard-coded objects. ID 1, and name would be, let's say, Angular mastery, and let's have quantity. Let's say we have 20 of those, and the price will be 90, and I'll hit hold the I'll hold the Alt in the keyboard and press down arrow, and if I hold the Alt plus the Shift and the down arrow, I can copy that quickly. Changes to number 2, Angular Ninja. Let's say that's a very rare ninja and very expensive textbook. Don't forget to put your comma. Let's say we have 2 entries. That should be good for now. The next thing that we want to do is present that in your HTML file. Let's remove this. Say we want to use a table. Let's call that class product table. And in the product table, inside of it, we should have the table head. And don't forget your table body. Inside your table head, you want to have the header. Let's have the scope, call, and let's say name, quantity, and price. And now let's do the table row in the table body, and let's use an Angular directive called ngFor. ng, because again, now that we're using a Angular, we can use this ngFor. Now we can do let product of products to iterate over the array, and then for each entry we do want to show the data, so access the product, then the name. And as you can see, we're using the double curly brace. This is basically an interpolation, so we get to expose and show that data. Okay, so what have we done here? Created a table. We named the class as product table. That should be in quotations. Okay, and we do have the head and the body. We do have the headers, and the ngFor directive in the template would allow us to display each item in the products list. Okay. Now don't forget to add some simple styling. Product table, and let's make that aligned to the left. Let's edit the product table td and the product table th header, and add some padding there. Let's make it 5 pixels and 10 pixels. Hit save. Don't forget to keep hitting save. And now if I want to go and access that URL again, this is the home page, and if I hit the products, I should able to grab the products component and display the data here.